So we'll start with discussing about the traveling salesman problem, approximation. What are the approximation algorithm? So first we'll see the common heuristic and human that actually tries to do with some heuristic that there is some minimum spanning tree, and then you just find out the Hamiltonian cycle out of it. So this could be even done uh, by the someone who is not that much in mathematics, but they can use their common sense to do solve this type of algorithm. So first you find out the root, that the origin city, and you just calculate the minimum spanning tree. That could be even computed by the someone who is not a mathematician. So they actually do some heuristics to find approximate minimum spanning tree, and then they can actually do the walk and in a such a way that it will create a Hamiltonian cycle. Although they don't know, a common man don't know about the Hamiltonian cycle or minimum spanning tree, but somehow with some heuristic they can able to compute the, they can able to think about the minimum spanning tree and minimum, that is Hamiltonian cycle as well they can think. So suppose if you search uh, some distance between two cities, or some ways in the Google Maps. So there are multiple paths. So you start thinking heuristically that this path should be shortest and this path should be better one. And you have some multiple cities in the Google Maps. So you start thinking about the minimum spanning tree automatically and try to calculate the Hamiltonian cycle, even if you don't know the exact algorithm for MST or Hamiltonian cycle. So this is the example. And this grid will actually represent the distance, and the H and A is very far away from each other. So H and A is very far. A and H is very far. Now the distance is being according to the grids and Euclidean distance, we'll say. So you can find out minimum spanning tree in Prim's algorithm. We know that how to find them. So you start with the root A, and then you can do a walk from A to, in this way, to back to A. Means starting from A, you travel to B, then to C, then to H, and then to D, and then to E, and then to F, and then to G, and then to A. Now the thing is that you want to do a walk, and you need to create a walk, and you need to create a tour. This is a walk. So the important difference that is there, this is a walk. This is a walk of tree. Now you need to convert this into tour. So what is tour? Tour is like, you once you visited a city, you will not go to that city again because you already visited that city. So the tour can be deduced from that walk would be like this: A to B, B to C, C to H, because this is forming a Hamiltonian cycle. So from that walk, you try to generate the Hamiltonian cycle. Then H to D, D to E, and this would be a Hamiltonian cycle from that walk. And this G, and then G to A. So getting a Hamiltonian cycle from a walk is easy, means it is polynomial time solvable. And that Hamiltonian cycle problem is something different. You have a large graph and you need to detect the Hamiltonian cycle. But here we are just detecting Hamiltonian cycle from a walk tree. So from a tree we can generate a Hamiltonian cycle. It's not that difficult, and it's solvable in polynomial time. So you can write it like this. This is an approximate solution with the algorithms that we had seen, and it is 19.04074. So 19.074 is the approximate solution. But the optimum solution, means the exact solution, should be 14.715. So the 14.175 is the exact solution. But This actually requires order of 8 factorial. Why 8? As we discussed, that number of vertices times factorial. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 vertices. So 8 factorial. 8 factorial is very, very large as compared to very, very, very large as compared to order of v square. This is average time complexity. So order of big O of 8 factorial is much larger as compared to theta of means average time of v square. So that's why you choose and go for this solution for the big graphs and large graphs. For the big graphs and large graphs, this would actually work. So big G you can solve for this. Go for D. Now there is a Christoffel who actually designed an approximate solution that could actually find a solution which is no more than 1.5 times as compared to optimal solution. So at most you will get 1.5 times longer than the optimal solution with this Christoffel algorithm. So it is best worst case scenario that for generating this type of solution means in terms of this longer means in terms of that shortest uh, route for the traveling salesman, this was the best approximation till now possible. So it will give you most 1.5 times of the optimal solution. And it was the first approximation algorithm known. And after that, computer scientists start believing that instead of going for finding out the solution for the NP hard or NP complete problem, why not we can create a approximate solution? Means just approximate solution could be good enough. Then we actually, this computer scientists are having drawn attention towards the approximate solution for the practical solution for the intractable problems. Then what is Christoffel algorithm? So Christoffel algorithm is this. You create a minimum spanning tree T of G first. Then you find out let O be the set of vertices. Means you find out what is O. Means the degree, you calculate the degree of all the vertices and all you create a set of vertices that has having odd degree. And then you use this odd degree for finding out the perfect matching. So you want to find out minimum weighted perfect matching out of these set of O. Then you combine this M and T. This M and T were being combined. Why we combine? To get this multi-graph H. This M and T forms a multi-graph H that with each vertices has the even degree. So this multi-graph was being formed that has all the vertices with even degree. Then this whole thing forms a Eulerian circuit. So Eulerian circuit will be formed out of this H. So this H would multigraph with all the even degree would be creating Eulerian circuit. Why we created this Eulerian circuit? So that we can find out this Hamiltonian circuit. And it's easy to means polynomial time possible to get Hamiltonian circuit from Eulerian circuit. And you generate this Eulerian circuit, this Hamiltonian circuit by skipping the repeated vertex. You just remove the repeated vertex in the Eulerian circuit and you'll get what Hamiltonian circuit. So in the case of Eulerian circuit, you have you can visit a vertex repeated times, but in case of Hamiltonian, you have to visit a vertex only once. So we'll see the algorithm for solving this. So this is a given graph. So this is a given graph first. Then second one is generating tree. What is that tree? Minimum spanning tree. So we can generate a minimum spanning tree. There are many algorithms that we had studied. Kruskal, Prims. Then thereafter we calculate and find out the degrees of vertices, and we create a set of vertices O with all the odd degrees. So these are the vertices in this. This is having 1 degree, 1 degree, 1. This is having degree 1. This is also having degree 1. And this is having degree 4. So we can say this is having degree 3. This is having degree 3. This is having degree 3. And this is having degree 3. And because, or we can also say that from this uh, this thing, like the thing that we had just seen, that from this graph as compared to this, for generating degree out of this minimum spanning tree. So from this minimum spanning tree, you generate the degree. So this is having degree 1 because this is one, only one edge is there. This is only one edge is there, so degree 1. This is also having degree 1, this with this one edge. This is also having degree 1, this one edge. But this is having 4 degree because of this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. So this is having 4 degree, degree 4, and degree 4 is even. So you just remove this in the next step because we had seen the algorithm. So you form the subgraph G by removing the odd even degree. Means you just use those O means odd degree. So you just use odd degrees vertices. Odd degree vertices are this one, this one, this one, and this one. So from this, you generate the graph with this one. So what is the size you can say, because the weight you can say between the edges from this is starting from, you just have to add up this 1 plus 1. So you add, when you add this 1 plus 1, it will become 2. So rest all will remain same 1. They all remain same as 1, but here uh, 1 plus 1 will become 2. Here 1 plus 1 become 2. So this is what it means. You have to create a subgraph of G with odd degrees. Then you have to construct minimum weight perfect matching. So minimum weight perfect matching was being created. And what is minimum weight perfect matching? This should be the perfect matching, this and this. Or you can also, in the alternatively, you can create this type of minimum weight perfect matching, because this is also 1 1. And there are two possible solutions for this minimum weight perfect matching, but we had chosen the given in the M. Now you have to do what? Merging of uniting the both the degrees. Uh, you have to do merging of both the spanning tree and the matching. So you have to merge M with T. So we'll see M and T was being merged. M and T was being merged. So this is T and this is M. So this uniting of M and T was being done over here. How to do uniting? So in the T, this is there. So this should be there. And there is a big circle in the between. So we can say you have to do like, you can't do directly. So you have to create a node in between because it was also in the T, and you have to do it like this. And this was being created. This was being created. Now this, you had united the T and M. This is T union M. That what we had created, T union M. Now you want to do Euler tool. You want to calculate Euler tool. So how to create a Euler tool? Suppose this is a source node. This is a source node, and you want to create a Euler tool. So you go to A, you go to A to B like this, then you go from B to C like this, then you go to the C to A, because you can repeat the vertices in the Euler tool, so it's allowed. So you again go from A to D and D to E, and this is a Euler tool because you can revisit a vertex. But the thing is that you want to create a Hamiltonian, you have to create the Hamiltonian circuit. So you need to remove the repeated uh, edge, the vertices which has been repeated. So A was being repeated, so you need to remove one connection from the A. Now the C, this is not a circuit, this is not a cycle. What is remaining? Remaining is C and D. So you just create a edge between C and D, and this will create a path from C to D, and this will means this is a Hamiltonian circuit. This is a Hamiltonian circuit, and from this Hamiltonian circuit, you can actually have the path. So what was the path? We can see. So they were saying that like this. What is the path? This is the path. E to A, A to B. So E to A, E to A, and A to B. This is source. And then what they said? B to C, C to D. B to C, this C to D. And what they said, so we'll add up this 1, 1, 1, this is 2, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. But still, we reach till here from D to E back. Now you need to go D to E back, source node back, plus 1. So what will be the sum of the traveling salesman tour? It will be 6. So Hamiltonian tour, or you can say traveling salesman route. So traveling salesman route could be like this one that we had drawn in the figure. We'll draw it more smoothly. So we'll draw it more smoothly. So we'll get it better understanding. So you go like this, then this. So I hope this would be clear enough for all of you. Next time we'll see primes in P. Let's see next time and meet you next time. So I hope that you got enough information about traveling salesman approximation.